Okay, welcome everybody again in junior semester of Marriott Educational Organization online program. Today we are going to study one of the most amazing kind of sentences, and you will practice that and you will learn lots of things about that kind of sentences. It is Cleft sentences, not imperative sentences that we will study today. I want to give you some more examples before going to directly to our new lesson. We say it is Ahmad that teaches us English, not Ali. Or sometimes we say it was Saturday that we studied grammar, not Sunday. Or we say it is Afghanistan people that do not support their country, not Canada, for example. So there is more examples for this kinds of sentences. And do you know what kind of sentences are these? If you know what kind of sentences I use, just put in a comment in chat box so we will know that you have some information about that. Do you know what I said or don't know? For example, once again, I say one more example, and you let me know if you know anything about that kind of sentences. It's Ahmad who taught us English. It's Ahmad who taught us English. What kind of sentences are these? So I received nothing. Okay. I go directly to our new kinds of sentences. And it is Cleft sentence. Cleft sentence. Cleft sentence is a kind of sentence that join two parts. Cleft means joined. I joined these two parts of my cloth. I cleft it, okay? So cleft sentence is always, it has two parts. We can say cleft sentence also divided or joint sentences. If you see somewhere that they say it is joint sentences, you should know that they mean cleft sentences. Or if they say divided sentence, you should know that it is cleft sentence. Why do we use cleft sentence? That's the first question you have to know about that. Why do we use cleft sentence? So here's the answer. It is used when we defend from postponed subject or object and reject the mentioned subject. We defend from someone or we reject something that happened by somebody else. I say it was Amanullah Khan that got the independence for Afghanistan, not Dr. Najib. I defended here from Amanullah Khan. It was Amanullah Khan. So I defended from Amanullah Khan and rejected. Who rejected? Dr. Najib. Means that cleft sentence is used to defend from someone and reject the mentioned subject. We reject from someone and we defend from someone. We studied in previous lesson about emphasis sentences or emphatic do. So this kind of sentences, cleft sentence, also shows emphasis. Okay, when you want to emphasize on someone that he or she did something, then you use cleft sentence. Like this one. It was Amanullah Khan that got the independence of Afghanistan for, got independence for Afghanistan, not Dr. Najib. Okay? Remember, Cliff sentence has two sounds, up, down. Sometimes we go up, sometimes we go down. So because we are trying to show the emphasis on a specific part of sentence, because of that, sometimes we go up, sometimes we go down. Okay. One more thing that is introduced by two clauses. So as I told you that Cliff sentence or joined sentences is used to join two clauses, two sentences, one clause, another clause, and it is joined together, and both of them is called Cliff sentence. So each clauses has different name and different structure. Okay. So when we say two clause, you should know about clause also. You know the difference between clause and sentence? Clauses also has subject and predicate. Sentence also has subject and predicate. But the difference between sentence and clause is this, that clause is sometimes meaningful and sometimes meaningless. It means sometimes it gives us complete meaning, but sometimes it doesn't give us complete meaning. So this is called clause. When it's a sentence has three elements, three parts. Sentence is a group of words that has subject, predicate, and complete meaning. So this is why we call Cleft sentences, not Cleft clause. So Cleft sentences is made of two other clauses, introductory clause and adjective clause. So first let's study about introductory clause. Introductory is taken from introduce. Introduce means when you are introducing something, someone. Because of that we call it introductory clause. And in Cleft sentence, always our introductory clause is it is or it was. It is or it was. Remember? This is very simple. Introductory clauses, it is or it was. It is called introductory clause because it is used to introduce singular and plural subjects and objects. It's called empty subjects as well because it can never be used in a plural form even though subject and object are plural. It's properly subject because it is ready to introduce. So one more important thing about introductory clause is this, that whenever you use it, it should be used it is or it was. Doesn't matter the subject comes plural or singular, you use it is or it was. We will give you more example in the next slides, okay? And now let's know about adjective clause. It is introduced by that, who, whom, which, and whose. You might know about adjective. So adjective is a word which is used to modify a noun or pronoun, which gives more information about noun or pronoun. But here we don't have any adjective word, we have adjective clause. So now we say adjective clause is a group of sentence that is used to modify a noun or pronoun. Okay, it gives us information about noun or pronoun. And also adjective clause is started with who, whom, which, whose, and that. That, who, whom, which, and whose. So when you see these kinds of clauses, you might know that it is adjective clause. But when you use Cleft sentences, you use that or who. So we have two structure for Cleft sentences, for adjective clause and Cleft sentences. You say it plus is or was plus subject or object plus that plus verb plus complement. Okay, or you say it plus is or was plus subject plus or object plus who plus subject plus verb plus complement plus all. So the difference here between these two structure is this, that here we use that and here we used who. So you know that that is used for things and for people, but who is used only for people. Okay. So now we're going to talk about uses of Cleft sentences. We're going to use the Cleft sentences. First thing, to introduce a proper noun. To introduce a proper noun. When you introduce a proper noun, you know proper noun is like Ahmad, Mahmoud, anything. So you use proper noun and you say like this: it is Afghanistan that produced poppy. It is Afghanistan that produced poppy, not Iran. And another example is like, it is Karzai that can convince us, not Dr. Abdullah. So here we introduce first a proper noun and then we use adjective clause to modify it. Okay, so let's analyze this sentence. First, we said that Cleft sentence is made of two parts: introductory clause and adjective clause. So, and also I said here that introductory clause always start with it is. You say here what? It is. It is. Okay. It was a girl that got first position. Okay, came to another slide. Let's go back. It is Afghanistan that produces poppy, not Iran. So here, it is Afghanistan, the first part. It is introductory clause that produce poppy. It is what? Adjective clause. So the second part of sentence is that produces poppy is just used to modify the Afghanistan. Okay. Next example. It is Karzai. It is first part of our sentence. So it is introductory clause. We introduced Karzai. Now, what is adjective clause? That can convince us. So that can convince us is used to modify what? Karzai. Okay. So before we go into the next section and explain this one, I just want you to make example for me. You have 1 minute for making example. Just make example for me in the chat box, and I will check if there is any problem, and I will explain more things if you need it. Give me an example for a Cleft sentence. No, Farishta, it is not a Cleft sentence, okay? You didn't use adjective clause, you used something else. That is your job to wash the dishes, not me. That is not Cleft sentence. You can say like this: it is you that should wash the dishes, not me. It is you that should wash the dishes. You can make like this. Okay, it is Husna that can speak English, not Hasnia. That's good. It is Husna that can speak English, not Hasnia. It was my sister that spoke with you, not my mother. That's nice. Another example. Who else is here? First I have to know. First another Nafsa. First where is the example? Nafsa another. Okay, that's it, I guess. You have some absent students. Okay. So here, number 2 is to introduce common noun. To introduce common noun. So first I said to introduce proper noun. Here I said to introduce common noun. Like this. It was a girl that got first position, not a boy. And second one, it is village that we can find good milk, not city. So here, village and girl, both of them is that common noun, not singular noun. So because of that, we can use Cleft sentence for these kinds of nouns also. Number 3, to introduce plural noun. Sometimes we use it to introduce plural noun also, but as I told you, so when you use plural noun also, you don't want to change, you don't need to change the is or was to plural form like were or are, okay? Like this. It is books. It is books that we need, not pens. See, here is books, but we use what? Is for this one. Don't worry, it's okay. So you can use the is form for plural form, for plural form of subjects in Cleft sentences. For this example, it was houses that they bought, not cars. And the third example, it is teachers that bring up children, not carpenters. Okay? Yeah, that's good. Next one. Number 4, to introduce subject and object pronouns. So sometimes we use Cleft sentences to introduce subject pronoun or object pronoun. Subject pronoun like what? He, she, it, they, we, I. Okay? An object pronoun like what? Me, as, them, you, him, her, it. So for both of them, objective pronoun and subjective pronoun, you can use Cleft sentences, okay? Like this one. It was me that got first position. It was me that got first position. Or the second example, it was I that got first position. So remember, when you use subjective pronoun, it is usually formal. And also in written English or formal English, you usually should use the subjective pronoun there. See here, I is what? Subjective pronoun. But in spoken or in informal English, it's okay. You can use objective pronoun like this. It was me that got first position. Or also you can say, it was them that came late in the class. Okay? Or also you can say, it is her that speaks loudly. Okay? So in this situation also you can use Cleft sentence. And the 5th usage is to introduce date, month, year, and clock. So always when you're talking about time, like date, month, year, clock, it's okay. You can use Cleft sentences also like this. It was July that Ahmed came. It was July that Ahmed came. It was 1991 that he was born. Okay? Or for example, you say, it was 2017 that I left Afghanistan. It was 14th August 1947, Pakistan got its independence. It was 1996 that Taliban killed Dr. Najib. Or also you can say, it was 5 p.m. that we come here. So it should be came. There's just mistakenly come. Okay? So when you are talking about time, also you can use Cleft sentences like these structures. Number 6, to introduce these, that, and those demonstrative pronouns. So also you can use Cleft sentences like this one. It has these that we need. You go to the store, and then you say, oh yeah, it is these we were looking for. Yeah, it has these you are looking for, we need it. It is that we need it. So when you just find something and you say it is this that we buy, it is that we have at home, something like that. Okay. So remember, that's very easy. Just use the singular form of is or was, and use that and who correctly. That is used for both things and people, and who is used for only people. One more thing, how to change Cleft sentences into passive voice. So sometimes we don't know about the subject, about the doer of an action, and then we need to make example. So in this situation, we also need to be able to use that kind of sentences, okay? So first, let's see these examples. It is Ahmad that teaches us. It is Ahmad that teaches us. So here, Ahmad is our subject, that teaches us, it is our adjective clause. Or second example, we say, it is we that are taught by Ahmad. It is we that are taught by Ahmad. Pay attention to these changes, okay? As is here, and it comes to we. It is we. So object is changed to subject. Okay? That is at the same position, and verb is changed to be plus past participle. Because our verb is plural, our subject is plural, we use that are. And the third form of teaches that taught by Ahmad. It is we that are taught by Ahmad. For second example, it is Wali that insulted as yesterday. It was Ali that insulted us yesterday. So here it is. So object becomes subject. It is we as is changed to what? We. Always when you change active to passive, objective pronoun is changed to subjective pronoun. We is changed to what? As is changed to what? We. That were insulted is changed to past be plus past participle because it is past time. Second form of verb is changed to was or were plus past participle, and because it is plural we, so we use that were. It is we that were insulted yesterday by Wali. For this example, it was my brother that helped me. Just change like this. It was I that was helped by my brother. Object becomes subject, subject becomes object. Objective pronoun is changed to subjective pronoun. Subjective pronoun is changed to objective pronoun. Verb is changed to be plus past part. So it doesn't matter what tense is that. You just use this formula. It is too easy to use passive voice. Yeah. That's it for today. If you have any question, any problem, just let me know. So just give me some more examples if you can make it. And if you have any question also, you can just ask me. Let's see who can make more examples. You have 1 minute. Are you going to make example or no? Yes or no? Okay, it was July that Manahi was born. Okay, born is plural. Past form is born. Okay, Manahel. I guess it should be the name. It was July that Manahel was born. Another example, guys, hurry up. It was my teacher that admire us. Okay, thank you. I'm waiting for just one more question, one more example. Nadira. Okay, thank you anyway for your participations, and I want you make more examples for each structure and just send it to me and I will check if there is any problem, okay? And this is so easy. If you need more information. Okay, thank you, Nadira. If you have any questions, anything, just let me know, okay? And see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Bye.